evening, or welcome to Kicking Dust. Right, we're going to talk today about factional warfare. This is something that I think for far too long I've disregarded as a game mode, and I can't really tell you why. I think there was no real reason, really, just because it didn't feel totally different. It didn't feel different at all. So I've been disregarding this one, and I'm even using this is old footage of the the Incubus. I have now fully migrated away from this dropship. It's still a great dropship, don't get me wrong. It tanks incredibly well, but as that guy crashes into a stationary rock and dies, those dangerous stationary rocks. Yeah, I don't know. I think after you see the rate of fire increase with things like the Python skill and so on, it just becomes a bit sort of stupid to use this. Although, as I said that, I'll almost lose it, so I'm the stupid one. Factional warfare is something that I think a lot of people generally tend to avoid. Firstly, because there's no payout. You get factional warfare points, loyalty points, which I guess they can be used towards better or rather cheaper fits. But I'm going to be quite honest with you, factional warfare fits, a lot of people I think would not actually run them unless it's something like a 6-kin combat rifle, because lol, you all use them, you bastards. There's generally not many people run different factional guns, so you rarely see the Federation specialist assault rifle. You rarely see specialist guns at all. Which is a shame in a way. But when you think about it, the full cost variant is kind of so available and easy to get anyway, because it's not massive amounts of ISK. We have seen a real return to people running pub matches or just the general public matches, which is interesting because it means that all of those public matches, combined with the fact that PC has been generally a very closed affair for quite a while as well, has made so many people just play pub matches over and over and over again. And factional warfare has been left behind quite categorically. Secondly, there is also this issue generally that it takes too long to get into an FW match, and I hate this. I think it's because there is that collection of processes happening between Eve and this that just make it a very long-winded process. And to be honest, it gets very boring. But I think that's the issue: is you kind of sit there for 10 minutes and you wait and you're thinking, it takes so long to get anything done, and I don't know, it just takes it when it takes like 10 minutes to get into each match. Hardly anybody's going to run that kind of match. Also, I think there's a bit of a sort of issue generally that FW is being stomped on the Caldari and the Mimitar side, or rather the Caldari and the Amar side. So if you run for one of those two races, you're getting stomped by the Galante and Mimitar respectively, because they're kind of very, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why that is. I get the impression it's because good players, quote, are running those ones. But I mean, the matches I've run, I'm actually running Galante. I know that's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? But I always liked, let me explain why. In 1.8, which by the time this video is released will probably be here, I will be sporting a new sporty sport suit, which is going to be probably Galante. I know it kind of sucks, but I think I've done the Mimitar for a year now, and I'm a bit bored of the Mimitar. Well, not a year, what would be about 10 months, something like that. I'm a little bit bored of the Mimitar Scout. It's a good suit, but it's not the best. It's a bit special, if you see what I mean by that. I think that it just isn't great. I think my kind of issue with it is that the Galante suit can do so much more. So I'm going to go Galante Scout, or rather I have gone Galante Scout by the time this is out. And this is a sad day for me because, to be honest, the Galante Scouts I think have always been a little bit kind of, well, they look a bit stupid, don't they? It looks like you're kind of from a Daft Punk album and you're running around in your kind of, your mum's GIMP costume. It doesn't make any sense. The whole costume just looks stupid. Whereas the Mimitar, also looking like a GIMP costume, I might add, just looked a bit more badass. It looked a bit more credible. Do you know what I mean? The helmet made it look a bit, I don't know, a bit less poppy and a bit more kind of, punch you in the face at the back of a diner, kind of aggressive. And I think more of the suits need to look a bit like that because they look a bit terrible. And I think Galante just generally look a bit awful, really. I mean, it's weird because their ships in Eve are so beautiful. The Thorax is such a beautiful ship in Eve. But then again, they also have the Dominics, which is this great big cow potato ship that is just awful and just, oh, I hate it. So I think, yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I guess I'm going Galante because they do have good shit. And that's the point, is I'm sick of running Scout and getting owned all the time. I want to have a more competitive game, I guess. I know it's a bit fitter than month, but I don't know. You know, what are you supposed to do? What, am I supposed to run Amar with, like, you know, Flaylocks? Come on, bro. And that's it. And that's another good point. Yeah, that's it. That's as my brain reminds me, pokes me in the back and says, oi, don't forget the Flaylock. Thanks so much, CCP, for all you have done to the Flaylock. I want to send you a gift basket for all of the love and care you have shown that fine, well, once fine gun. If you didn't get that, that was sarcasm, and it was sarcasm of the best kind. It was British sarcasm. What the hell they did to the Flaylock is, I think that needs to be addressed now. I think, quite honestly, they went too far with it. When you compare how long railguns have been around doing what they do, when you compare how long the Caldari Logi was incredibly overpowered, when you compare how long, you know, the combat rifle and the rail rifle have been dominating, how dare you say that the Flaylock was overpowered and needed to be nerfed as quickly as it did? It doesn't. It needs an unnerf right now because it is just ridiculously underpowered. It is a gun. I mean, this is the thing. Scrambler pistols being used as primary. That's exactly what we did with Flaylocks. Yeah, I see no nerf to the Scrambler pistols power, and I see no nerf to its bloody aim assist, because for those that don't know, the aim assist on Scrambler pistols is incredibly over the top. And yes, they are differing levels. The Scrambler pistol literally will aim and seek out the head of your target if you just nudge the up stick a little bit. And I know all of you are now rushing to, you're scrabbling to log on to Dust to try this. You bastards. But it's true. So there we go. Enjoy your nerf in about 3 months' time when everybody's running with Scrambler pistols and they're ridiculous. That's my revenge for the bloody Flaylock. I got quite passionate, and I do apologise for that. I just can't believe that there was such hatred and disregard and you know, an agenda against the Flaylock when it wasn't a bad gun. It was actually a fun gun, and it made this game just for a fleeting moment like Quake 3. And let's face it, Quake 3 was awesome. Jumping over dudes and firing a rocket at their feet. That's what gaming's all about, isn't it? That's what space age gaming's all about. To be honest, it became a little bit less like, you know, Unreal Tournament and Quake 3, and all of a sudden it became a little bit too much like PlanetSide 2, which is just a terrible, terrible game. So anyway, as we camp this CIU, yes, I know we're using shitty tactics, but I don't care. This is protest. This is a dirty protest? No, not quite. But you know what I mean? It's like a protest against bloody Flaylock's death. And I think maybe it is time to, you know, crank up the damage on it a bit and, you know, make its area of effect a bit more. And maybe it is a good time to give it maybe that skill that can put 4 rounds in the chamber. Just saying, CCP, your hatred and your knee-jerk, literally your knee-jerk reaction to this was hilarious when you look at how quickly it takes you to nerf other stuff. What, almost 6 months? To sort out the railgun, almost 6 months to sort out the rail rifle and the combat rifle.